Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today's video is going to be a plan with me for the week of April 24th through the 30th, 2023 using my B5 Archer&Olive notebook. If you're interested in seeing that, please stick around. Here we are in my B5 Archer&Olive notebook. For this week's spread, we will be going with a vertical layout, and I did put some pencil lines in for myself. We're going to use this stencil, specifically this round one from the Crafter's Workshop, as well as this set from Elle's Studio, some number stamps from HeidiSwapp, and these month stamps from PaperPerson. I am going with a rainbow situation like I have the last few weeks, so I'll be using these distress oxides as well as my black VersaFine ink. If you've watched my last two Plan With Me's, you'll know that I fell into a little bit of a groove a few weeks back when it came to using stencils in my planner, and I kind of just went crazy and filmed 3 different Plan With Me's all at the same time. I couldn't help it. I was just feeling very inspired and I was loving the rainbow vibes. And yeah, I will say of the 3 spreads that I filmed, this one's definitely my favorite. It was definitely the most time consuming, but I love the way that it came out. I'm basically using this circular stencil and putting it as a header for each column, which is going to serve as each day of the week in my spread. And each day the circle is in a different colored distress oxide, which is following this rainbow theme. And this one was definitely the hardest one to do, this green one, because I kind of had the spine of the book getting in the way. I could have switched the orientation of my stencil, but I didn't want to because I wanted them all to look exactly the same. Once I get done doing this lavender one here, you're going to see that I'm going to move the stamp down and do another lavender circle halfway down this column, and that's because I'm separating this last column into Saturday and Sunday. Now I'm going to the bottom left of the spread and I'm doing one more circle, but this time I'm using all of the different colored different colored inks I have, and I'm doing like a rainbow circle here. And my intention with this was to use this area to put what month and week of the year it was. That was one thing in my last spread. I put the month and week of the year down in the bottom left, but I had wished I had put some rainbow in that area as well. So I decided to incorporate that for this spread. I love the way that this little cluster comes out. I think it looks so cute. Here I am adding the 17 for the week of the year. And then I'm going to go in with these number stamps and add in the dates for each day of the week. As you can see, I'm positioning them in the top half of the circle stencil, and that's because I do want to also include the day of the week. That's something that I didn't do in my last 2 spreads, and I'm glad I didn't. I loved the way that those looked with just the date and not the day of the week, but for this week, I really wanted to include both the date and day of the week, so I wanted to make sure those were centered in the circles. Once I have this 30 down for Sunday, I'm going to go in with those day of the week stamps. These are from Elle's Studio, and I'm going to put those all in. I was taking extra care with this stamp set. I've used this once before, and I had a really hard time with getting the ink to lay down really well and be very opaque. I definitely struggled on Saturday. I don't know if you can tell, but there's definitely a lot of white space within the different letters on Saturday, but I think I did pretty well with the rest of the week. That was definitely a little bit more of a challenge for me, but again, I kind of tried to take extra care when I was doing these days of the week. Once I have Monday down, we just need to go in with my Micron in '08 to put in the lines to separate each column. I'm doing that double line um, column situation that I tend to do with vertical spreads. I love the way that it looks. It would be a little bit more simple not to do the double line, but it would mean that my columns wouldn't be perfectly the same width, and I prefer them to be the same width. I did have a little bit of a hard time doing the ones on Saturday and Sunday, but I think in the end they came out fine. I hope you all enjoyed this plan with me. I love the way this spread came out, and it's making me very excited to plan for May. As always, everyone, please be safe. Bye bye.